Let's talk about the last of our iteration techniques and talk about for looping. Here in our text editor, let's go ahead and create a string. We'll set a variable of name equal to my name again, so Derek. Now to create a for loop, we start with the keyword for. And now what we need to specify is what we want each individual element inside the larger grouping to be called. So let's say for element in name. If you remember, a string is not just one string, but actually an array of string values. So here we have one string value here, one string value here, and so forth. Here we have 7 string values. When we say for element in name, we're saying each element, so each string value, each letter in the variable name. We can print each element, which is just what we're calling each letter in this name. So print element. We'll save and execute, Python 3, and then this one is forloops.py. And now we see that for each letter in my name, we print to the terminal. We can use for loops in a lot of different ways. So let's say that we have a list A, and this is composed of a grouping of names. So Derek, Michael, and then Jennifer. We'll drop down and we'll say for name in list A, colon, we'll print name. Now, since the elements are actually list items instead of the individual string characters, we'll return each name through the iteration. So we'll go down and print these. Since the values making up a list are actually the groupings of the strings rather than the individual letters making up the strings, we'll return each complete string through the iteration. If we were to put in numbers into our list, we could expect the same thing. So we'll save, and now when we iterate, we'll return all the string groupings and the numbers. For loops are a great way to pull out values, but they're also a great way to do operations. So let's create a new list. We'll say list B, and then this will be a list of numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For number in list B, we'll say print number plus 5. This is saying that we want to add 5 to every number in the list B. We'll execute, and we see that our list of 1 through 5 now becomes a list of 6 through 10. Lastly, a for loop doesn't necessarily have to use this keyword here. Instead, we could just say print 5. This will return 5 to us for each element in the list. So since we have 5 elements in the list, we'll be returning the number 5 to our terminal 5 times. We can execute, and we see that we have the number 5 times in the terminal. For loops are one of the most common iteration practices that we'll use, and we'll get plenty of practice in the upcoming videos. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll see you in the next video.